Okay, let's talk about it real quick. Let's make it make sense. I was listening to Young Jock's morning show on my way to work, and of course, they somehow got into a conversation about why do we think things are so bad now? What is it with this generation? And I am reluctant to blame COVID, okay? Everybody likes to say COVID was a problem, COVID was a problem. Well, I don't like to say that. But then I thought maybe COVID is a problem. But then I took it a step further, and this is what I said. We sent kids home for 2 years with their parents. Okay, let's say almost 2 years these kids were virtual at home with their parents. And the problem is they have come back to school now way worse than when we sent them home. So I have to believe that if a kid was at home with their parents for 2 whole years, being on virtual school, that parents are the problem. It just so happened that COVID exposed what was happening at home, which is nothing. Okay, let's talk about it real quick. Let's make it make sense. See, this is what I'm saying. Let me slow it down for you. If we sent kids home for 2 years with their parents and they have come back 3 times worse than when they left the school, then parents have to be the problem. There have to have been a lack of home training for those 2 years while those kids were gone, because we sent them home and they were not as bad as they are right now. So they've come back to us, and we're trying to figure out who these kids are that they have sent back to us in the school system, okay? So I have to believe that we have a parenting issue, and COVID just exposed it, okay? Young Jock, that's my...
Now I will never be your hater, I'm your biggest fan. I hope it falls into place just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. You see the thumbnail, more importantly, you saw the clip. This is very interesting because it's true. People blame COVID for us just being bad parents. Let's just cut to the chase. The kids was at home with a lot of folks during COVID. And I never forget, like, a lot of kids failed school, quote unquote, because of COVID. But really it was because of bad parenting. Your parents not supervising you, watching you, making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. That's what that was. Like, I can attest to it. My son failed his freshman year, quote unquote, because of COVID. I'm like, hey, you failed the fall and you failed the spring because of COVID. And he said it was one thing, but it was something else. But it was like, whatever. But ironically, even with him, he was in one room, his mother was in the other because she was working from home. So he failed all his classes with her right in the next room. Right? But then, then I started hearing about all the other kids who like, oh yeah, they failed and they did this and they did that. But now I'm looking around and I see the same issue with, kids not prepared for life. Now, everybody has a dress code. Don't get it twisted. When I was young, we wore baggy clothes. And now, then it went from baggy clothes to the baggy clothes era to trying to be fly and button it up era to try to get to the skinny jean era. And now it's just pajamas. It's just waking up. Let's just wake up out of bed and just go out in public, right? And what I see is really bad parenting, where a lot of parents really push their kids off into the school system and other people because they don't want to check their kids. They don't want to correct their kids. They don't want to parent their kids. They want somebody else to check them. They want somebody else to discipline them. They want somebody else to parent them. And at the same time, some of these folks don't want, how can I say this? They want you to check their kid and discipline their kid, but they want to come to their kid's defense because you're making them look bad as a parent. Like, my kid can do whatever they want. It's like, oh, you okay. Do whatever they want with you. And you got to ask the question, like, where is all this disrespect coming from? And ironically, like for me, because I was watching something, and I might do a video on it. I think I will. there was like a scare straight program in Fulton County, so that's Atlanta, right? And one of the inmates was talking to all these young boys who they brought to the prison, who instead of giving them prison time, they sent them to scare straight as a way to check them out. And then one of the things that inmate said, he said, "Man, when I saw y'all come in here, I could tell y'all right now, none of y'all ain't built for this." And then there's some of those kids like, "Hey, you gonna tell me? You ain't gonna, I'm built for this." And it's like, somebody who's been in prison, possibly for life, possibly, but probably for something over more than 10 years. It's telling you when you walk in the door, they could tell this ain't for you. And your MO is, I'll show you. That's a parenting issue. Because your parents let you be that stupid. That you think your response makes sense. Because I'm going to show you that I could be the best criminal in the world and get locked up with some grown men who going to bully me. Ain't no stick in prison, right? Ain't no, I got the extendo. Ain't no extendo. It gonna be extended in your, when you bent over in the cell. That's the extendo you gonna get. But like the lady was saying, like, the kids got worse after COVID. How? If they're at home with you, because you remember we used to have all those videos of people like, "Oh, I can't wait to send these kids back to school. I'm sick of this." Like, what was you doing with this kid? Did that kid get better with you? So that kid was with you the whole time and got worse, and then went to school and was a worse version of themselves because they was with you. And now you want the school system and these teachers to fix not just your kid being a teenager, but you being a horrible parent. And you be like, "I'm checked out." I'm gonna tell you why I say this. There's no nice way to say what I'm trying to say. Y'all shouldn't be getting high picking up y'all kids from school. Y'all shouldn't be like just drunk picking up. Like, I've seen an increase of high parents picking your kid up from the bus, driving to pick your kid up. Kid get dropped off to your house and you high as a kite. Like, I've seen too many quote unquote parents and quote unquote step parents just smelling like weed. Just everything, you just got to get high everywhere you go around the kid. I've seen too many dumb people that are parents. What's 2 plus 2? 76. But I know how to count. I know how to what's in the ounce though. Like, man, this motherfucker here, boy. I've seen too many people with bad attitudes, and their attitude, like, they have a bad attitude, and just out in public, and then their kid has a bad attitude because they think it's normal, and they don't take these kids out in public because they got such a bad attitude. Their kids will figure out that they're an embarrassment. Like, their parent isn't actually that smart and that good of a person. They just going around being a troublemaker as an adult. But the kid don't know that, so they got a funky attitude. The parent got a funky attitude. The kid got a funky attitude, and they think they're justified, right? I've seen the laziness increase. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want. And I hate to say this, but it's nowhere around this. I hope it changes, but I've seen a younger generation be dumb and lazy and think that they're getting over by playing dumb when they like, "Yo, you not gonna do that? So you're not gonna do I don't know." It's like, oh, okay. But you all on social media, all these other things. When it's time to do what you want to do, you're a freaking genius. But when it's time to do something responsible, your IQ is negative 300. You know what I'm saying? So it's a problem. And she's right. Like, the kids got worse because COVID, because the parents got worse. you would think it works in a different way. But I'm gonna leave it at that, man. You tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take it.